nothing. I got
Here,
nothing.
I'll send you the.
Erin, here you go, I got it. Okay,
All right.
Erin, perfect. Agenda packet. Okay, welcome to the December 2nd Select Board meeting. We have a pretty light agenda tonight. Sorry for the delay, that's on me. We're going to start off with announcements. The town-owned parcels, did I put that on?
You did.
Why did I do that?
Because there's an
I'm
announcement
not
about
sure.
it.
You just wanted to let
Scroll
people
down
know
on the
that they
tab.
can find it on the website.
Okay,
and
well,
more
I
information.
do. So I just learned, so the town-owned parcels, this is a little update. So over town meeting, we had a couple of people put on some articles that were passed where it's going to go into a bidding auction process to purchase. Each person is interested in purchasing one town-owned parcel. So the town owns hundreds of parcels of land. They are teeny tiny parcels, some are bigger than others. None of them are buildable lots. So to think that you're gonna buy a parcel and a bidding process for $5 and then go and sell it for $300,000 is not gonna happen. But if you do have a house that abuts one of these small parcels, you can write a letter to the town. You can call the town, they can tell you how to do it. You write a letter, we put it on the next town meeting warrant. If it gets passed, it goes into a bidding process. Typically, I don't believe there's gonna be a bidding war, but perhaps there will be. Craig says he's gonna bid against everybody to try to bring in the most money for the town, but I don't know about that. He gets
We'll see what
bored.
happens.
He gets bored pretty easily. But if you do, you can add it to your property. It gets off the town list, which obviously nobody pays taxes on, and then we get a little bit more revenue. So we have a list we just put on tonight. It was on before, it somehow fell off. It's back on. And it's a list of all the properties. You can go to the assessor's office, you can match it up, make sure it's next to yours. They will help you. And I believe that, Karen, you said Bob is working on a map.
That is correct.
So there will be a map, and in addition to the list, you can see exactly where these parcels are, and hopefully, it's been very good. I get calls all the time from people. What about this one? What about that one? So it's been a great pilot project, and we're gonna continue with it, and so that is my update. Again, they are not buildable lots. Typically, they're landlocked. A lot of them are left over from old subdivisions that they were just little pieces that didn't really belong to any lots. So the developers just stopped paying taxes on them, so the town ends up with them. So that's that. Okay. Now let's talk about something fun. The Santa Parade.
Much more fun.
Much more. You got anything?
So Santa's Parade to the Bandstand is this Saturday, December 7th. There will be s'mores by the fire, I do believe, because we have, sorry, distracted.
That's okay.
Because I believe we are out of our drought situation. That was the only caveat there, so hopefully everything will remain. There'll be s'mores by the fire. It's a 4 p.m. lineup. The parade starts at 5. A great place to view it is anywhere along Route 109 here by Town Hall or down a little bit.
Is
just
this
a
the
fun-
one that
it's a fun
starts at
night.
like Clico?
Yeah, I think so. I thought they maybe in the Rose
Ann and
Brothers
Hope.
parking, or Ann and Hope is where they actually
Line up.
line up and it goes from there.
Right, and then it goes up, where does it go, Karen?
That's a good question. I don't know the exact
Doesn't
route.
it go-
I know
doesn't
it
it
ends
end
up
at
coming
the-
back down and it comes down past Town Hall here.
Doesn't it end at the high school?
It ends at the.
The bandstand.
At the bandstand?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because it is
great.
the parade to the bandstand, so I guess that makes sense.
So when is it again?
Saturday, December 7th. Parade starts at 5, but lines up at 4 o'clock, so come on down.
Awesome.
It's actually really fun. It's really cute.
Girl Scouts will be there caroling at
Oh, that's nice.
4:30.
And it's hosted by our Millis Police, Fire, and of course the Recreation Department, who's behind everything, so yes.
Right.
There you have it.
Okay, very good. So now we're gonna get into the scheduled appointments.
Do you want me to say a few words
Sure,
here?
why don't you
I
start?
do. So the very first
Okay.
appointment,
Our very first appointment is for a temporary benefits coordinator. And I will just read this little memo here, but as you are aware, Victoria Schindler, who is here this evening, is our current benefits coordinator. She will be going out on a temporary leave. We anticipate that the leave will begin in February, and she'll be out for approximately 3 months in order to provide the office assistance and benefits administration coverage to keep the executive office functioning properly. I am recommending that Sam Beaudry, who is right next to her, be appointed as the temporary benefits coordinator. Samantha is a Millis resident and a recent college graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from Western New England University. Samantha also serves as a legislative intern at the office of Representative Marcus Vaughn, and I think she is highly qualified and can do this job. If appointed, she will be coming into the office, starting training periodically until Victoria's temporary absence. So I highly recommend that Samantha be appointed into the position.
So, Madam Chair, upon that recommendation, I ask that the board vote to ratify my appointment of Samantha as the temporary benefits coordinator, subject to a successful physical and a Cory check.
Okay, sounds good. Ready?
Okay. I move that the board ratify the town administrator's appointment of Samantha Beaudry as temporary benefits coordinator, subject to a successful physical and Cory check.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Welcome, Sam. You have
Welcome.
no idea what you're getting into. But we do have fun.
We do have fun, and we're a very busy office.
We do
so
have fun.
I think she will certainly learn a lot in this office as she's just starting into the field, and I think this will be a great experience for her.
Exciting.
Do you want to say anything, Sam, or you feel?
No, that's
Just wait.
Welcome.
When you're at the end of the 3 months, you'll be at the podium,
Yeah.
just
Right,
saying all
Talking
kinds of
away.
things.
Yep.
right.
Thank
Okay,
you.
All
very
right,
good.
Thank you, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, second appointment.
Yes, Madam Chair. As the board is aware, John McVeigh, our Director of Public Health, has been out on sick leave for a number of months. We're certainly hopeful that he'll be returning sometime this winter. However, in the meantime, we have been able to maintain the core functions of that office through the hard work of existing staff, Heather, and the Board of Health. But I think we've determined that the hiring of a part-time interim director of public health is needed in order to continue the proper operation of the office. We're looking at someone from 8 to 16 hours per week. Therefore, we had advertised this position. We did receive an application from an extremely qualified individual, Ethan Mascoop. We have met with him several times. He's met with the Board of Health and the staff. I think they're all very happy with him and his qualifications. So I'm asking the board this evening to ratify my appointment of Ethan Mascoop to the position of Interim Director of Public Health for the town of Millis. This would remain in effect until the return of the full-time Director of Public Health. And I think he did receive his background and qualifications. Again, he has a Masters of Public Health, Masters of Urban Affairs, and he has over 30 years of experience in the health field.
It's not in that packet.
What?
It's not in that one.
Oh, it's not,
It's not in the packet.
No.
that's okay.
It's on the
Okay,
motion list.
that's all I care about. We good?
Yes. I move that the board ratify the town administrator's appointment of Ethan Mascoop as interim director of public health, subject to a Cory check.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Welcome, Ethan. Okay, number,
And then,
3.
Madam Chair, as we do this time of year, asking the board to appoint seasonal positions for snow contractor for the town with a start date of December 3rd and through March 1st. So I'm asking the board to ratify my appointment of Tyler Lyonnaise as a snow contractor for the 2024-25 season, subject to a successful physical result and Cory check. And then I have 2 other requests after that.
okay, we have one motion for that.
Yeah.
I move that the board ratify the town administrator's appointment of Tyler Lyonese as snow contractor for the 2024-2025 season, subject to a successful physical result and quarry check.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Welcome, Tyler.
Thank you. And we have two individuals returning, and I'm asking the board to ratify my reappointment of Jackson Borst and Joseph Boré as snow contractors for the 2024-25 season.
I move that the board ratify the town administrator's reappointment of Jackson Borst and Joseph Beret as snow contractors for the 2024-2025 season.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Okay, moving on. 7:05, a little bit late, sorry, Craig. I can't stay on topic as well as you do. Maybe by the time I'm done.
Maybe, but if you get the agenda loaded right away, that would, 3-4 minutes right there.
So we have an acceptance of a memorial bench for Richardson's Pond.
So,
Anybody
I was
here?
gonna say, so Deanna is here. There's some information included in your packet.
Yep.
This was a request that was, you can come up if you want to, it's you. By Deanna, looking to place her memorial bench for her mother at the pond, at Richardson's Pond. And she provided some information about the bench, and we reached out to a few people, the DPW and a couple of departments, to make sure this would be acceptable. We think it's a great location and a great idea.
Yep.
So she's here before the board to offer it, and you, as the select board, would be accepting the gift on behalf of the town. But I don't know if you want to say a few words, or?
Where did I see on a plan somewhere where, I did, didn't I? I think I did. Did you provide a
So it looks
plan?
like
There's a
this.
photo
No,
of the
just-
bench.
I see the bench.
Yeah.
Right, just the bench, and we were going to have it engraved also.
Okay. And when do you think it'll be there?
I just wanted to get approval, and then we're ordering it from a company in Holliston, and he said just to let him know. And then
And they deliver the bench? You said he was gonna do the platform for
he's
it,
going
right?
to do the bench,
base.
and then the monument place in Holliston, I can't think of the first name, they're gonna do the engraving, and that, they will deliver the bench to the
Okay.
pond.
Right, and somebody puts the, maybe someone puts the base in or whatever,
The
right,
same,
for it?
yes, the
Okay.
same ones that will be engraving it.
So is it?
Concrete foundation,
Is
that's the
it
proper
in
thing to
it's-
say. It's a
They
concrete
said that
foundation.
it needs that because it's so heavy.
So nobody's gonna walk away with it either,
Definitely
hopefully.
not.
I like that. Well, I think it's a great
I
idea.
think it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
think it's a great idea.
Yes.
So, do we have a motion?
We do. I move that the board accept the gift of a memorial bench from Deanne Russo
Yes.
as presented to be placed at Richardson's Pond in coordination with the Millis DPW.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye. And what was your mother's
Yeah,
name?
what was your mother?
Patricia Russo.
Okay,
And she read at the pond every single day.
Oh,
That's why we
that's
wanted
nice.
to put the bench there.
Yeah.
okay.
Well, thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Actually, can we sneak one more thing in before
We
the
sure
public hearing,
can.
which will just be very quick, I think. We have Lisa O'Neill on the line. Lisa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
There she is. Okay, so this is actually, sorry, glasses on, glasses off. This is item number 234 on the second page. It's just review and approval of a request for signage by
right,
Millis
right.
Softball.
yep.
So Lisa, just before, I know you were requesting a banner to be hung on the fencing around the basketball, tennis
Pickleball.
slash pickleball
Softball.
courts.
Yes.
Right, and then I saw the sign. Where exactly were you looking to put the yard sign?
So we were looking to, so the one on the pickleball court would be, the banner would be on the outside of the pickleball court. So it would be as if you're facing, you know, your back's to the varsity and JV field, you'd be facing the pickleball, it would be up there. And then the yard sign would just be when you enter, going into Clyde Brown in front, if you had the town hall on your left and you're coming down just right in front of, like,
Okay.
in between the varsity and the JV field on that fencing right there would just be a yard sign.
Okay.
And we have other yard signs, but we're having local businesses who had helped us in the fall offering to put it in front of their businesses for the spring as well. So it would only be up during registration. We just opened registration yesterday for our spring season, and we're closing it in March. So it'd just be up during that time, and then we take the signs down.
So you say December to March, this says 3 weeks, that's 3
So
months.
typically, the select board only approves things for 3 weeks at a time, but that's up to you.
Oh, okay.
The board can make a decision. The only thing I would say about it is that you may have issues if we do get snow or lousy weather, your sign out here will disappear. So you may
Right.
wanna just put that sign out for a couple of weeks, but leave the banner up until, for a little
Yes,
bit
so
longer,
we
like
can
maybe
do
even
that,
through the
yeah.
end of February or something? I don't know.
Yes, we could definitely do that. We could, if we could have more, so the one on the pickleball court, 'cause that's high up, to stay up, but we can definitely, just the one lawn sign stay up for a few weeks and then, remove that due to weather.
So it's up to you
Okay,
guys.
so do we, I just like a beginning and an end, I don't care
So do you
so
want to say
much.
through March 1st?
Is
When
that-
when does registration end?
It's March 1st.
So maybe to the last
would
day
make
of February or
sense.
something.
February 28th, yeah.
Okay,
March
so it's
1st.
gonna go up from December 1st to March 1st, we get December, January, 3 months. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody have a problem?
I don't have a problem with that.
Problems?
And you'll maintain the one in the pickleball court if it gets damaged and all that, so it continues to look nice, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, do you have a motion?
I do. I move that the board approve the request by Millis Softball to hang a registration banner on the fence of the basketball/pickleball courts facing the softball fields, as well as a lawn sign as described, and from December 1st through March 1st.
Okay.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, we're going back in order.
Now you can open the hearing, yes.
So now we need to open a hearing for cravings. Can I have a
Okay.
motion?
Are you here for Craig?
I move that the board open the hearing for the common victular license application submitted by Mima and Alam,
Yes.
okay, Incorporated, DBA Cravings Pizza and Ice Cream.
Second, sorry.
It's been moved and seconded, all
Reading.
those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. What do we got here?
Are you Mohammed?
No, I'm around.
Okay. So we have an application in for a common victular license. This is, the owner of Cravings is selling the business, correct?
Yeah.
So they have applied, and they have provided all of the information that we typically look for this. And it's gonna remain basically as it was?
Yes,
Okay, so it's gonna remain as it was, and are the hours the same?
yeah.
Okay, so it's 11 to 9, basically. Same thing, open for Cravings.
And you're selling, did I hear a rumor that you're selling the business to, did I hear a rumor?
No, they're buying it.
We're buying it, yeah.
They are buying it. They're buying the Cravings business.
You're buying, who are you?
My name is Serena.
No, but are you with Millis House? Why did I hear a rumor that Millis House was buying Cravings?
That's what somebody told me. So you don't own Millis House of Pizza?
No.
No.
No, but our partner does.
Oh,
Okay.
Does that one.
I
Okay,
knew
that's
there
what we're
was-
trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I was gonna say, it was your partner that submitted the application, right?
Yeah, he does own.
Okay, so Aziz Mohammed.
Yeah, he's.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Mohammed
I
is
remember
the
that.
man.
Yeah.
Yes. Got it now. It took us a few minutes, yeah. That's why I'm like, I'm
Okay.
looking at you and I'm like, gosh, that's not the guy that came in, but okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
Got
there
it.
we are. So that's the story.
That's what we got.
So
So,
everything looks acceptable as far as this goes. It's just a matter if the board is okay approving. It would be a new owner and a new manager.
okay.
Okay.
I'm good.
And
Yeah.
it's a hearing unless anybody else has any.
Anybody in the public have anything?
No.
Since we know everybody in the room, I'd be
So when
surprised.
I go to so when I go to Cravings next week and I get my favorite sandwich on the back page, like number 6 down, it's still gonna be there?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is.
I'm good with it
And
then.
I'm gonna be there to take your order.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
All right, then I move that the board close the hearing for the common victular license application submitted by Mima and Alam Incorporated, DBA Cravings Pizza and Ice Cream.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
There's one
not
more.
done
Welcome.
You didn't do
You
the
didn't do
motion.
the actual
Hold
piece
on,
that we have to do
it's
to make it
okay.
all legal.
Just one more thing.
You're fine.
I move that the board, acting as the local licensing authority, approve the common victualler application for a change of ownership to Mima and Alam Incorporated, DBA Cravings Pizza and Ice Cream, located at 979 Main Street, Unit 1-3, Millis, Massachusetts, and a change of manager to Mohammed Alam.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous.
Okay.
Now we're.
Now it's
Thank you.
official.
Congratulations.
We'll print up the license for you and send it over.
Oh, okay,
We
perfect.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a
All
nice
right,
you.
one.
thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Okay.
Now it's the DLS, I guess.
What do we got next?
DLS.
Oh, all right, the DLS report. Who wants to talk about that?
I think that it's important to get out what it was, because there's a lot of rumors floating around that we
Yeah.
were audited by the state and there were findings that were of merit. We invited them in, right?
Yes, about 3 years ago, we
This is
we
before my
were,
time, so have at it.
we learned of
Really?
an opportunity that the state Department of Revenue, Division of Local Services does conduct at no cost to the town upon request, a financial management review of various towns, and they've done, I think, the majority of the towns in the state has had at least one of these. The last one Millis had prior to this was in the year 2000. And so the state will agree to do one, after 10 years has passed. So I was aware that we are eligible, so we did request the free management review, which they conducted. It took some time. We received the final report last winter. It did have a number of recommendations on it, but the report was basically done at the request of the town
Yeah.
as a free review to look at our processes. It is timely in many ways as we just switched over to new finance director. Jody is here this evening. And, they have a number of different recommendations, some of which the town has already acted
Yeah.
on or attempted to act on. And,
I thought what was interesting about it was they had had another review previous, right?
Yeah.
And they had a lot of things, which in this review, they said we implemented.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Well, and there were, I mean, I was
Right?
here for the 2001, where there were audit findings, which is the one thing you never want to have. Bad information was coming out, and that led to a complete restructuring of the finance department, which has put us where we are today. I looked it over, having seen the previous one and this one. And, there were 8 recommendations that came out of it, and maybe we could just review each
So
of
the
those.
first
Yeah.
one, was that one actually an audit that we didn't request?
No, I think we asked for that.
Back in 2000, the
We
town
asked-
would have
Yeah.
requested for that.
So they're all requests.
Yes.
There was a finding on an audit, and we wanted some outside expertise to look at it.
Okay,
That was
got it.
when we moved from, I believe we moved from an elected treasurer to appointed.
Yep.
So it's when we became a professional business, basically, is what it
Yep.
feels like, because that was a difficult time. So I was interviewed for this, I think all of us were as
Yep.
well. And a few other people in town were interviewed. So it's based on interviews with the town. And these are just items that came up in those conversations. Some of them, none of this is mandatory to do, none of this is required, but it's all great information and most of it should be done. The first one that they came up with was expand the select board size. And, they recommended expanding from 3 to 5 members. However, the town recommended against that when we voted in November of 2021 and defeated that. It was on the ballot, increase the select board size from 3 to 5, and it was tabled because the town did not support it. So November 2021, the town voted against it. It's something that can be reconsidered at a future date. But it was a pretty resounding no.
Right.
It was.
Yeah, and there were many other things rolled into that same article.
Right.
And we are bringing back some of those recommendations from the Charter Review Committee, which I believe you appointed.
I did.
Yes. So there was a Charter Review Committee that went through it. I sat on it. There were 8 or 9 items that were discussed, and this was one of them. And one of them was actually the town administrator's job description, which we did change.
Yep.
So we've been bringing them back a few at a time, or one at a time.
Yep.
And so this could come back at a future date. The other one was codifying the regular meeting of the tri-board. They would like to see us put it in our bylaws that we meet 3 times a year.
They like it, they recommended quarterly. We do 3 times, I think.
The budget, yeah. So we can, at least quarterly, yeah.
Yeah.
So we could put it, I don't mind quarterly either. We could do something in the spring town meeting where we have an article that puts it in that we meet quarterly. Or we meet 4 times a year, because quarterly isn't necessarily the best time to do it. I'd like 2 meetings around budget times and then 2 others. Because, you know, as you do budget,
Right.
stuff rolls out. There's no
Right.
reason to meet over the summer for it. Nothing's happening.
Right.
But 4 meetings a year set up at a time that makes sense for the
I
calendar.
remember the last meeting we had, people really,
Yeah,
they really, really liked it and said we should do this more often.
yeah, it's a good meeting. So I would do
It is a
2
good meeting.
around budget times.
Yep.
And then 1 prior to the November and 1 at an appropriate time, not summer. So
No,
4 a
You
year.
don't want the summer?
No, I don't want the
All right.
summer. There's nothing going on. What are you going to talk about?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Usually around January and March
Yeah.
are good times.
Yeah.
And then maybe one in September and,
Yeah.
and one where needed in between after
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, so
I
we'll
like
write
that.
something up and put that on for the Springtown meeting. But there's nothing that, we've been doing them, so it's not even like it's.
I know.
It's
They
not
wanna-
even a finding of any merit.
No, they want to add
Yeah.
one. That's okay.
Conduct, and we've done 4 in 1 year before, so it just varies. But this will make it official.
Yeah.
Conduct a comprehensive bylaw review. This has nothing to do with the select board, unfortunately. The town moderator appoints that as they point out in their findings. So if a bylaw committee was to be set up to clean up the bylaws, to eliminate old ones and all that, the moderator would form that, from what it reads.
Right.
The other one was adopt a formal financial policy. And that one we didn't act on at the time because Carol was leaving and Jody wasn't even a blip on our radar. But now that she's been hired and we have somebody, I think I think all these processes exist. I just don't think they've been put into a clean package.
Yeah, we do have a large number of financial policies. I
Yeah.
think they were just recommending that we review them, and there are some additional policies that can be put into
Yeah.
place and create a framework, broader framework for the policies.
Yeah. So I think that's something we should work on, but it's not a town meeting item or directly a select board item. It's reported back to the select board and we'll adopt the policies. Consider consulting services to finalize the Munis employee self-service setup. I think that we need to do more with Munis self-service. I don't know that a consultant's the way to go. I think that we're discussing changes that involve an HR director and other things that
Right.
might make that work.
Yeah.
Process.
And we've
So-
already done a lot
Yeah.
of that, right?
You want
Yeah.
Jody to?
Oh, Jody, do you want to mention something on that? That'd be great.
Yes, we need those wheelie chairs over there.
I know.
Yeah.
These are heavy chairs, very
That's an
heavy.
official term, by the way, wheelie
Yeah.
chairs. So regarding the ESS and the EA platform, that's absolutely right, and it was definitely identified as a need upfront to streamline that operation. We've been working over the last several weeks and months, since I came on board, to not just streamline the operation with the school and how payroll happens over there, but also to upgrade the current users to an enhanced platform. So it's really driving that out in about 2 or 3 phases. The first phase being an implementation of current users to an upgraded platform. Of course, there'll be training and communication along with all of that, and pilot groups and things to make sure that the transition is seamless. And then we've been working hand in hand with our partners at the school to again identify some core groups that are gonna transition first, and roll that out. The underpinnings of the tech are already in place. That happened last week. So it'll just be a matter of migrating users over in the coming weeks and months, and we should all be on the new platform in one way or another by early January, February. So
Fantastic. Is that a mobile-based platform?
it is, so the
Yeah.
ESS to the EA upgrade has a mobile experience, which is much more robust than the than the ESS platform. So the nice thing is our ESS users will go to EA, which is all the town hall folks and the town employees. And then the school folks will go directly from what they're doing manually to EA. So there won't have to be a sub-step, which is, again, another nice transition, so that we'll have some experienced users, and we'll plug in some subject matter experts, kind of train the trainer approach over at the school, so that there's ample support for
Yeah,
that.
we're fully, I mean, our whole payroll system is based on a mobile device, and
Yep.
our people just love it, you know.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Well, they
great.
hate it, but they love it better than anything else you do with payroll. so.
Yeah, and again, without getting too much into the weeds, there are some things that we're working towards with regards to blending some proprietary systems that the school has been using that also have similar capabilities in Munis, that we can maybe do some API kind of bridge
Yeah.
work, if you will, from one platform to the other, until we can fully integrate, but definitely steps in the right direction, and lots of good progress there, so.
Great. I think they'll like the mobile experience on it a lot.
Yeah, it's great. It's exciting.
I did my onboarding for benefits today in 7 minutes on my phone. I was a test case. So, all right. Strategize for succession planning.
I don't think we have to do that anymore.
Well, I mean, and how do you strategize for succession planning when you have, a person in each department? We don't have a deep enough bench to really do a lot on that, is the problem.
We do informally try to focus on that. And we do try to train people in the office to be able to move up, when the opportunity arises. But yes, that is a problem. When you have very few people in departments,
Yeah.
that can be a struggle. But it's something we're cognizant of, and we do try to work
Yeah.
to do those that planning when possible.
And I think the big piece on there was the procedures manuals, and as we get those policies and procedures manuals written, that's the key. Re-accept other post-employment benefit funds. It's just accepting a state law. We already accepted the prudent investor rule, so this would just be another one that I'd throw on for spring 2025.
Yep.
And revise license denial, revocation, and suspension bylaw. Right now, we have to wait 12 months for somebody to be delinquent on local licenses or permits before we take their business license. This would allow us to do it monthly. Am I reading that right?
A much quicker
Much quicker
timeframe,
time.
I
I
believe.
can't remember ever taking anybody's, while I've been on the board, revoking any of them, so I don't know that it matters.
I know.
But I think it's worth.
why not?
I'm saying we pick it up in spring.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, I think we do it, we get a
Yeah,
check mark
usually,
next
yeah,
to it,
we
and we're finished.
We do notify them that if they don't
don't-
meet it,
yep.
then and usually they do
Fix
pay
it.
the needed
Yeah.
payments in order to retain their licenses.
Yeah,
Or they get onto
A payment
specific
plan.
Payment plan,
with
yeah.
With the
Yeah.
treasurer, but.
Right.
Yeah,
So
we do
that's-
try to work
But
with
that
those.
hasn't been a,
Hasn't been a
a thing.
particular problem,
Okay.
no.
so really, there's several items that are easy to do.
Yeah.
Several items that are gonna take time, but we have somebody who can do it. One item will take time, but we have somebody doing it. And we're well on the way to getting the mobile device going, and one's already been done and rejected by the town, so.
I do want to add one more thing, because they mentioned it in here. We are going to, I just talked to Mike about that before, earlier. Jim McKay mentioned several months ago that there used to be department head meetings,
Oh, yeah.
and he would like to see them re-implemented, implemented, and so would I. So we're going to start that first of the year, at least 3 a year, so that all the departments know what's going on. Nobody's
Yeah,
blindsided.
so in one of the
I like
core,
that. Yeah.
one of the core reasons of that is to, we do have a lot of different projects going on in the town. So to make sure that the different departments that need to work together on, in relation to those projects are all kept informed.
Yep.
And currently, our, Bob Weiss, our planner, does send out a quarterly report, but this will be in addition to that, so we can, make sure that all the information is clear and there's no, and if people have questions, they have the opportunity to ask those in a forum where everyone is present.
Yeah.
Yeah, those went, I attended quite a few of those back when they.
I
attended a few
process, and
myself.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know
they
what
were
happened
great. They were
to
great.
them.
They just kind of fell off for bandwidth,
Well-
I think, at one point, but yes.
Well,
Seems
they're
like it
coming-
wasn't that long ago that I attended them too.
They're coming
No,
Yeah.
I
back.
Probably
think
like-
Charlie was
it was
here,
probably-
probably.
Probably shortly before Charlie left,
Okay.
like 10
That's
years
a
ago.
while.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but
Yeah, it's been a
Bob
while,
had a
but
meeting
yeah.
where we sat down and talked all about all the new development
We
with
did.
all the
We did
department
talk
heads
about that at one
recently.
point.
Well, you know, all the new, as related to
Well,
new
he sent out
development.
that thing, I don't even.
Right, no, but there was a meeting around that thing.
Well, I must
Yeah.
not have been invited, Craig.
I don't know, it was a page turner of a meeting.
I'm okay with it.
I did the
because, you know,
pre-read, so there's not a lot to
We
discuss.
we would take Bob's report and literally go through it, say, does anyone have any updates to this particular project? And then we'd update it on the fly and have
Yeah.
a conversation, so
So
it
it's-
is really productive.
Okay.
Agreed.
What do we got next?
Policies and procedures.
Oh, okay. What are we doing with that?
So, Madam Chair, I've
Yeah.
been looking at these, and historically, in the past, the board has reviewed these either annually or every other year to make updates. I think it's been a couple years since the last time there's been any updates to this.
Okay,
So, certainly the board can discuss any things you'd like to discuss this evening, but in the interest of time, I would probably recommend that the board members could review this document, it's a fairly lengthy document, and contact me with any items you'd like to discuss or have reviewed, and I could do that prior to your next meeting, and that way, when you come in at your next meeting, you can go through all the different items. You know, unless there's items specifically tonight you'd like to address,
No.
I think that might be the most
No,
expeditious
that's
way
fine.
to deal with this. And that way, we can kind of focus on, you know, the specific items at your next meeting.
okay.
And I can take some time, if there's questions or if there's recommended changes, I can do any research needed to see if there's any legal implications or anything related to that I should address before your next meeting.
Let's change the line to 4 tri-board meetings a year, not 2, and then we're set.
No, I agree, because I
Yeah.
just got it, so,
Yeah, I looked it over and I have 3 or 4 comments and that's
right.
about it,
So
but,
we'll do
Yeah,
that.
if I can get the comments by like the middle of next week, that'll provide enough time
Okay.
to
Yeah.
make sure your packets have some updated proposals in there.
Okay, very good. Next, what do we have next? Award contract?
Contract for fire vehicle.
Okay, let's do
So, Madam Chair, at the last town meeting, this was one of the capital items that was approved by town meeting, and this is for the purchase of a chief's vehicle for the fire chief. This is, the information in your packet is from the state, the awarded state contract, so towns throughout the Commonwealth can purchase off this list without having to go out through a full procurement process. The state's already done that for us. You'll see it's from CMG Colonial Municipal Group. And I'm recommending that the board approve and award the contract for a 2025 Chevrolet Tahoe for the fire department with CMG Colonial Municipal Group for an amount not to exceed $80,155.60.
So moved.
Wow.
second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous
Thank
for
you.
the new fire vehicle.
Yes.
We're speeding it up, aren't we?
Yep.
Well, that is exactly what this says, so.
Yeah.
And the next item, Madam Chair, is for
Yep.
the awarding contract for police tasers. Again, this was approved at the most recent town meeting under the capital article. And this was the request from the police chief. So I'm requesting that the board approve and award the contract for 22 Axon Taser 10s with Axon Enterprise, Inc. for an amount not to exceed $96,518.40.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous for the police department.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, next.
Holiday decoration policy.
Holiday decoration policy.
Karen has worked on this extensively, so I'll let her answer any questions that the board has. This is having to do with a policy we really hadn't had in place before.
There's a revised one sent out today, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Based on council comments.
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't know if you took a look at it, it's
We
basically, the
did.
purpose is, the select board agrees to establish a policy to govern the placement of holiday decorations on public lands and buildings, and then it goes on about the actual policy. I don't know how much you wanna get into the weeds on it, but basically, this has been recommended, and after being at several municipal meetings, they said this is really important to have in place. There's a lot of questions about what gets put on, and
Right.
it's good
Yeah,
to have
some
a policy
towns-
of some sort. so
And
that-
basically,
Yeah.
the crux of this is that a person can't just call town hall and say, I want to put,
Correct.
I want to put this
Whatever on.
religious symbol on the front of the town
Right.
hall, and how does the town handle that?
right.
And in the
And the
past
town
several years,
basically
there's been a lot of issues across the Commonwealth with this, so it's been strongly recommended
Yeah.
the town have a clear policy to
And so
outline
the
the
policy
process.
is that we do not allow it, correct?
Correct.
Well-
That being said, we do have holiday lights, we do have the menorah, that has always been in place.
Yeah.
That we put that, there is a ceremony, and it doesn't allow religious ceremonies on town property, but the menorah ceremony is not considered a religious ceremony, it's a celebration of a light. So
Okay.
it's a little bit different, so it's a little bit
It'd
quirky,
be
but
similar to the lighting of a Christmas tree.
The
So an
idea-
event
the-
to light the
the
Christmas
idea
tree.
Yeah.
behind it is not to necessarily prevent things, what it's trying to do is include everybody. And so that we are a very inclusive community that includes all different faiths and whatever you're celebrating or not celebrating. So that's the purpose of this.
Okay, so how does somebody get to see our policy?
So once it's adopted, I will post it on the website.
Well, look
And
at
then
that.
should anybody have a question about the policy, I will say, here the policy is. We have no policy, so yes, and I've been going back and forth with the chief as well, because the fire department is very involved in decorating and that type of thing.
Okay.
The Santa parade, although it says Santa,
Uh-oh.
is okay, because that is not coming under the town per se, that's coming under recreation and police and fire as a separate for the unions, and
Okay.
that's separate, so we don't have to be concerned about that piece.
Okay,
A lot of DEI.
okay. Well, we have a policy now.
We
That's
do.
the
We
important-
almost
well,
have a
we almost
policy.
have a policy. Hurry up before we change our
I
mind.
move that the board adopts the holiday decoration policy as written.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Awesome. We have a
Thank you.
policy now.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. Okay.
I have nothing.
Liaison updates. Do I have
Karen had
anything?
nothing.
I don't think,
Nothing.
I went to town meeting.
I'm not sure
That's
that.
too long ago.
I went to sewer a couple of weeks ago. Have we had a meeting
We,
since my
we,
sewer?
you've told us
Yeah,
all
you
about
did.
sewer.
Next time we did.
Oh, yes, you're right. I can't use it twice.
She's
No,
trying to
you
come up
can't.
with something.
I did. No, I didn't.
You had another one?
I had the meeting on the 12th.
Oh, that's another one.
Right there, CRPC.
Go for
So once again,
CR.
I win. I don't think I have a
What's that,
second.
the most liaison update?
We have a very small petty competition going on here. It couldn't get
Hardly
any,
call it petty.
it couldn't get any smaller or pettier. All right, is that it? No.
Minutes.
Draft minutes.
Draft minutes. What do we got, Karen?
You have 3 sets of minutes. The first one is from 8/12/2024. You already adopted these minutes, but there was a motion left off the minutes that nobody seemed to notice, and so I fixed that.
Have we told New Victoria that she's in charge of the minutes?
No, because New Victoria won't be doing the minutes. Old Victoria will be doing the, I didn't say old. Current Victoria will be doing the minutes. That's her plan, is that she's planning to be able
Do
to
those
still
remotely.
maintain those
Really?
as a piece. We shall see when she has a new baby.
Lucky you.
How that will go. But that is her plan. She said those are her baby, and she didn't want to give them up, so.
Not even for her new baby.
Not even for the new baby.
The
Well, we
real
shall
baby.
see when she's got 2 in the house, how that
Yeah.
goes, but yes.
Okay, so we have some draft minutes, Aaron?
So I move that the board approve the draft minutes as presented for the following meeting dates: 8/12/24, 10/28/24, and 11/4/24.
second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous on the minutes of the meetings.
This was the easiest meeting we've had.
I move we adjourn.
Oh, my
Second.
goodness. It's been moved and seconded. Adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
46 minutes.
Very nice.
Nice job.